it going? I'll do. Yes, we want the whole journey. Oh my gosh, I missed a lot. Okay, there it is. How did you study? So I studied, obviously, like I said, Tim Sykes stuff, video lessons, the webinars, he has like webinars, like live webinars already recorded, sorry, live webinars he recorded, and they're like archived, so you can rewatch them. And then he also has the live webinars, so you can watch them either they have like Q&As, or they have actual trading sessions, and like you can watch their trades, and like they'll specifically like talk through their trades, talk about just everything. It's really cool. I love it because a lot of people like do it just because, like, okay, honestly, when I first started joining Tim, I joined him to like obviously learn, but I was like, oh, maybe it's funny, like everyone does this. It's like even Ronald Wolf, one of his top students, I was watching just like, I think it was like one of his YouTube videos or something. He said like he joined Tim to obviously learn, but he also said maybe I can make money on the side, like by following his alerts. Like that's by the way, following alerts you should never ever do. It's dumb because they're alerting maybe like 2, 3, 4 minutes after they're trying to type everything what they traded, and then that your entry already like missed it. Like you missed like where they entered, so your risk reward is like trash. It's horrible. So if you're trying to get in after like, they alerted down here, but it's like already up here, and you're trying to get in, like you're screwed. That's how you lose, and that's how I lost. I lost a lot because I followed people's trades, and a lot of people during webinars, they follow people's trades, and it's like, oh, he's about to he's buying, and everyone buys it. And it's just like, that's not how you trade. You don't follow people's alerts. And like, there's a lot of people out there on Twitter and just like trying to look for stock picks, and you're looking for stock picks, looking for this, looking like, and it's not good, because people that are either there's one, people don't know there's like pumpers out there and who the pumpers are, and like two, you're going into a world that you don't know and people you don't know, and you're trusting them with your hard-earned money that you worked. Like, if you worked 9 to 5, you worked hard for that, you know what I mean? And then you're putting that and trusting someone else that you don't know. Like, you just like saw him post it or her post it on Twitter, and it's like, it's gone, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it could just like, right as it's, it's like maybe like GameStop. There's a lot of people like posting about GameStop when they're like, it was at 400, and everyone's like buying it at 400 and like holding it. And I'm like, oh gosh, like, what are you doing? Like, stop. You should, like, don't hold it. Like, it's going to 500. No, let's not. It went up to like 400 in like 2 days. Like, you don't need to do that. So don't do stock picks. Sorry, I'm like picking out my like my fuzz. It's not even a beard. It's just like, don't mind me. It's just a habit. Okay, that's it. So, long story short, don't follow. Oh, and also what I study. So that's what it was. I study webinars, video lessons, DVDs. His DVDs are amazing. He gets into like the nitty gritty of his patterns, and then like Tim Grittani gets into like his patterns, and like you learn about shorting, and I think it's really good to learn about shorting, even though you're not shorting, because you get to know and understand short people. What is it? People that go short or that are short biased, you get to learn their mindset. And so when you know that, like when you're watching a stock and you know that it's going to go down, when you see it turning back up, and like shorts are like, oh, I need to cover. So if there's a lot of shorts covering, and then a lot of people that are trend followers or momentum followers, so that when they see that thing turning, you have the shorts covering, you have momentum buyers buying. That's just gonna go, like, it's gonna send it. So that's, it's good to know. Let me answer some of these. No, not Drew. No. Where do I start? I like that. I like that. Okay. Where do I start? Like, where do you, like, I want to know if you're, okay, so if you want to invest, okay, let's just do this. If you are new to, like, stocks, like, you have no clue and you want to trade or invest, like, you just have, I don't even know where to go, you know, that kind of thing. I would suggest you, this is what I would do. I'm not telling you to do. This is what I would do. If I was a new person trying to get into stocks, actually, this is kind of like actually what I did. So let me just tell you what I did, I guess. I started a TD Ameritrade account. They had a free education center, right? And they talked about the basics of, they have like this like kind of course. They have like courses. It's kind of cool. You get like, you know, stars and points. It's like, oh, you know, I don't know. It's just like little rewards that you get for completing, you know, the course. You don't really get anything. It's just like, you know, badges like, hey, you completed, good job. So I would suggest, or no, I did it. This is what I did. I started a TD Ameritrade account. I studied their courses on basics of stocks, basics of, I think, technical analysis, and then there was one more. I forgot what it was. I think it's fundamental analysis, and that's just straight up like, you know, just basics, and it's they go into depth on the basics. So it's not just telling you like, hey, this is a stock. They talk about like what a stock is, and then they kind of go deeper. Like, it's really cool. I'd suggest doing it. That if you have no clue what like stocks are, then I would suggest if you want to go into trading. So investing, I'd say just stay there, and then also just what do I say? Stay there, and then if you have any like questions on like terminology or what things are, there's a site called Investopedia.com. That's right, yeah, Investopedia.com. So it's invest, and then I think it's O, and then pedia.com. And that's a great place. They have like literally everything. If you're like looking, what's a bid? Like if you don't know what a bid is, go on Investopedia. Or what's a short squeeze? You know what I mean? Go on Investopedia. What's the Bollinger Bands? Investopedia. You know what I mean? I kind of don't know. I know, but yeah. I'd say start there. Start there, and there's like hours of stuff that you could just like go from there, and I think that'll help you kind of choose where you want to go as well. But they also have trading things too. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What setup has worked best for you? So for people that are traders and know like setups, OTC Panics right now, that's where I found out in like October, November is where I started excelling. I started like sizing up on Panics, and just catching those bounces like small. I just take it for, I'm so mad. Sometimes I catch that bounce, beautiful panic. I catch that bottom, and it might bounce like I'm like, okay, I take it for like 5%, 10% bounce, 10% of the actual bounce. What up, Tudor? And then let's see. So I take it about 5-10% bounce, but like this thing bounced like 50%. So I like missed out on like a whole move. And for people that don't know, that was weird. Sorry, I thought someone was in here, but it was like people outside. It kind of scared me. So I was like, I'm alone, right? Okay. What does it say? What was I? Oh, for people that don't know, like that don't know what a panic is or anything, don't worry about it because you're not there yet. So just worry about understanding what is it called? What stocks are, or what that is, what the market is first, and then if you want, go look up. I'd say look up a lot of things on YouTube because there's a lot of free content out there that you don't have to pay for just yet, and just learn like that. And then once you're ready to like really study and you really want to like you want to do it, then I'd say go pay for your education. You know what I mean? I think I just saw Jeremy. Jeremy had a question. How much is this program? So his program, the program that I'm in. Okay, so this is how I started. I started out to get a feel for him. I started out with his Tim alerts, and that again. At first, I was like, "Oh, Tim alerts! I can pick off his stock picks, and then I'm gonna trade it." Oh, don't do that. It's stupid. If anything, join it. Watch where he enters. Like have your platform up. Watch where he enters. Watch where he exits because he explains why he entered, why he exited. Understand that. Try to get into his head like that, rather than following the stock picks. Because if you follow those stock picks, I guarantee you will lose money. That's how I lost thousands of dollars. Oh gosh, it's falling. You know what I mean? So don't lose your hard-earned money. It's Lexi was saying she was watching this video. My girlfriend Lexi, she's on here, I think. She was watching this video of this girl talking about just kind of like fault or things she wish she knew or something or whatever. But there's a thing that really resonated with me is like, if you can learn from other people's mistakes, then you are a genius. So if you can like really hone in and like understand that you should not follow alerts, you should not just buy all willy-nilly because you worked hard for that money and you're just gonna kind of like, oh, I think this one's gonna go up because he said it's gonna go up, and you throw it, and you're just throwing away your money. You know what I mean? If you can learn from me or other people that do that, that have done that, we're not talking about JoJo's tour, okay? If you can learn from people that have done that and not do it and actually learn the right way, you will succeed faster than probably me. I don't know, or anybody really. It just depends on how much you study. But yeah, okay. My setups. It just depends on how much you study. But yeah, okay. My setups. Panics. That was it. Man, I have long-winded. Let's see. And how much is this program? Sorry, I didn't really explain that. Oh, so Tim, that's where I was. How much is this program? So I started with that. That was about, I think it was about $79 a month. His next program, his next kind of one-up is called Penny Stocking Silver. It's $149, $150, I guess you could say, a month. And that gets you, obviously, the same chat, but also the video lessons. So now you get, like, hours and hours of content. He has, like, 6,000, 7,000 plus videos of everything from when he kind of, not first started, but when he started, like, recording all of his stuff back in, like, 2000, 1999, and all that stuff. I think his earliest video was like 1999, 2000. So you get to watch, like, if you watch all of them, you get to see kind of how he trades, what the markets are, and everything. Because he talks about, like, like 5, 10, 15 minutes worth of video in one lesson. And sometimes it's like a part 1, part 2 lesson. So it's like, you'll get like 6,000, like, there's hours, like, hours. I haven't even finished it yet. I really should keep watching it. But yeah. Oh, what are your strengths and weaknesses as a trader? Long story short, I've been reading like this book. It talks about your, in a little, maybe like a little section that talks about like strengths and weaknesses, finding out what your strengths are, finding out what your weaknesses are. Let's see if I can remember what I wrote down. I think I have it. Do I have it written down? I might have it written down. Let's see. Lexi hearted I texted her. She hearted my egg that I sent her. Anyways, what was I gonna say? What are we talking about, man? I am bad. Strengths and weaknesses. I am looking for it right now. I have it written down, kind of. Let's see. My strengths are character strengths. So these are just like my character strengths of. Let's see. So I wrote it down. So it says, a look at character strengths, choose 5 out of the 24 that apply to you. There's 24 listed. So my top 5 is love of learning, persistence, humility and modesty, and curiosity and open-mindedness. So the love of learning, that's a strength because obviously that allows me to just dive into anything that I want to know about and learn about. And it interests me. And if it's going to help me as a person, help me like
Is that
achieve
stuff or
my
dirty
future
stuff?
goals, it's that love increases even more because nothing's
stuff?
going to stop me from wanting to learn that and wanting to get better at it. You know what I mean? Persistence. That's really good because for me, I think I have that because that 20 grand, you lose 20 grand out of your 30 grand, 31, 45, I don't know how much ever I invested. Like that hurts. That hurts so much. And if you have that persistence, that drive, like it wasn't just about the money. Like that's why I don't think I quit, because it wasn't just about the money. If it was just about the money, I lost 20 grand, then it would, like if I was just like, oh man, I love profits, I don't like losses, then I would have quit like a long time ago. I would have quit last year. But it wasn't about the money. Like the love of learning a new skill, getting better at it, knowing that it's possible, and that's kind of what let me persevere through the hardships. And I'm pretty sure, like, there's probably going to be more hardships along the way. Like, yeah, I made a lot of money. I could still lose a lot of money. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, I make mistakes still, and it's not whatever. Okay, humility and modesty it's good because not necessarily like don't think of it as in the bragging sense. Think of it as in the of like while you're trading, while you're investing, while you're in a position, and let's say that position goes against you, you have to be so like you have to be humility. I don't. Okay, you need to be modest. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, what's that word? Humility, but like you have to be humility. That doesn't make sense. You have to be human. I don't. I don't get it. You have to be modest. Let's just say you have to be modest, right? Enough, and just know, like, and accept it. Accept you're wrong. You have to accept that you are wrong in that trade, and just cut it. Or if you're investing, like, let's say you're investing and you have stops like a mental stop, and it's going up maybe to 80, 90, 100, and then after 100, then you move up your stop. You're like, I'm going to go move up to 80, because then if it hits that, then I take profits, right? So then it's going down to 90. A couple weeks later, it gets down to 80, and you're like, no, and it goes down to 70. And like, do you cut? Yes, you cut, because it hits your stop. You have to be modest, and you have to be just what modest? I don't know. Yeah. You just got to be like, accept it. You got to accept and surrender. Like, hey, I hit my stop, respect the stop, I take profits. Boom. You know what I mean? That's it. And then curiosity, I think that kind of goes along with love of learning. When I want to like options, like I know everything, not everything. I know a lot about like where I am, like my niche, but I kind of want to go into options. So I have like the option to go over here. You know what I mean? So if you don't know what options are just kind of, in a sense, just a derivative of the actual stock. So if Tesla's trading at 600, 700,000, whatever, or sorry, I'm just kidding, 700, like the derivative is cheaper. So it's a lot more bang for your buck. I want to get into that, but yeah. Anyways, and one more, open-mindedness. Just being open-minded just allows me to accept, like I'm not like, okay, this is the way, this is how I do it. Like there's so many other ways to do it that I'm not getting stuck in one way, if that makes sense, right? So just being open-minded in life, I think that's just a good thing to be. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what do we got. Congrats, thank you, Air Vigo I'm so sorry, I butchered that. Okay. Anyways, who do you use to execute the trades? I use TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. That's mine. Any liquidity fill problems with your broker? Yes, but like that happens with every broker. Especially with OTCs, every broker is going to have not liquidity, but like the fill, like getting filled is a problem sometimes. Like sometimes it could be my internet, like I could put something in and then finally like it sends it. But like obviously if I put it in, sometimes a broker, like especially OTC stocks, like if you're getting a panic and you're watching that level 2 turn, oh, my hair is trash. And you're like, oh, it's turning, and you try to put it in, but you even put it above the best ask, like you put it, so the best ask is like here, and then you put like maybe a few cents above it so you can get filled. there's slippage. Like I won't get it here. That's why I put it up here. But sometimes I won't even get it just above, like, and it'll just skip me, and it happens. It's not. I don't. I sometimes get mad, but it's like you shouldn't get mad because it is what it is. It happens with every broker. It happens, you know. What's it called? Tim likes, and a lot of the people in chat like E-Trade. They say E-Trade's very good with fills, especially with OTCs. I don't know because I've never done it, but I'm just saying what I heard. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying what I heard. Yeah, cool. What else is there? Yeah, cool. Throw some questions out. Let's see. I see. I like this question. Is there no one else? So I learned from other people. Not like, okay, specifically I learned from Tim. Like I learned from Tim, and then but it's also his top students. So I learned from a lot of his top students because they do his patterns, but they also do them. Sometimes they even do it better. Sometimes they're like, okay, so Jack. There's this guy that made, this is an awesome story. This guy he's been studying with him for 4 years, and his 4th year was last year. December, he made his first million. After 4 years, he made his first million. Awesome, congrats, right? The next month, January, he makes his second million. Second million, how, it's so possible. Like, cause he's younger than me. He's like, if you watch his interview, his interview is on YouTube. If you go look up Tim Sykes and Jack Kellogg interview, I have to watch part 2. Part 2's up anyways, by the way. It's amazing. Like where he came from, and then his 3rd million he made in a week. Is it a week? Yeah, 3rd million he made in a week. 4th million, I think he made in a couple days. I think that's what it was. I think I lied when I was telling my friend that. But 4th million, I think he made, and then 5th million he made in 1 day. 1 day, like, and he's not just throwing things like, oh, I'm gonna throw all in. Like he has a lot of money, obviously, but he knows when to size up. He knows when, like, what are his plays, what works for him. So he sizes up, and then just seeing that, not necessarily, obviously, not throwing all that money, like, because I don't have that money, but putting that money, like, when he's confident when he knows his trades, he goes for it. He knows, like, okay, the probability of this happening is a lot greater. I've seen this before. Pattern recognition is a big thing, so he knows what he's doing. So he'll put more money in, and he gets those returns. So it's like learning other traders' mentalities is probably one of the key things. Like if you learn a strategy, awesome, cool, but how to execute the strategy is a whole different thing. Like you can learn, like, oh, a panic, yeah, if it goes down like this and it bounces, you buy the bottom, obviously. But do you know when to buy the bottom? Do you know how to buy the bottom? Do you know what happens if it is not the bottom? Like, do you cut? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different factors that people don't think about. Like, I feel like people just think about, oh yeah, you just buy low, sell high. Yeah, obviously, you know, or like if you're a short seller, sell high, buy low. Just learn. I'd say honestly, learn from a lot of array of people. Like there's a lot of people on YouTube too, like that give out free content. So it's like I looked up that at first. So do that. Well, man, long-winded answers. My bad. Do you recommend I join Tim Sykes Challenge to learn? I won't like say yes, do it. I'd say if you have the capital and you have done the research on him and you like want to put your money and you have the money to put in to it. Oh, crud, I didn't finish Jeremy's thing. I hope Jeremy's still on here. Is Jeremy on here? Jeremy, hold on, let me double check. I don't think Jeremy's on here. Okay, I'll have to go message him. Dang, I got off track. Anyways, the challenge is about 6,000 to 7,000 that I know of. I don't know if it went up or not, but that's how much I paid in the beginning. Okay, sorry. Sorry, do I recommend? Yeah, if you have the capital, go for it. It's good to learn, you know. You gotta pay for your education. How do I create my daily watch list? So, let's see. I do it during the day, kind of. Like I just pick off what's running, what I've traded, and then at the end of the day, I kind of go through those charts real quick. I'm like, okay, I like this chart. This is doing this. I like this chart. Oh, no, I don't like this one. So you know what I mean? I just go through the things I've already traded, recent multi-day runners, recent, spikers. I'll go through them. Go for it. Okay, let me get some investing questions because like a lot of people are doing. Let's see. You guys have any investing questions? Not saying I'm going to give you investment advice, but I just yeah. If you have anything else like that, I don't want to limit it to straight trading, but yeah. But if you have questions about trading, cool. How do you make your daily watch list? We did that. Okay. Ask your question again if you asked the question. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here's one. Why OTC and why not small cap market penny stocks? I mean, OTCs have small caps and have penny stocks within them, so it's like that's kind of a separate thing. Like OTCs are just like a group of stocks, in a sense, just that are not listed, OTCs, and then you have your listed stocks, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. There's one more, bro. I can't think of it. But yeah. Oh, there's one more. Oh my gosh, I am so bad. How am I forgetting this? Anyways, those are the groupings of the stocks, like what kind of like market they trade under. The small caps, that's market caps. That's a little different in that the OTCs can have small caps. OTCs can't have penny stocks. That's like monetary wise, like how much they're worth, kind of thing. But I do trade those. Yeah, I trade those. Trade low floats sometimes. The ones that go from like $1 to $10. Those are hard. Those are really hard for me. The ones that halt and stuff. Those are fun, but I don't like going. I don't go in too big. I kind of sometimes like that right there. If you never mind, just beware. Low floats. Questions. No tour questions. No tour questions. Yep. Okay. Well, if we have no other questions about things, just. Oh, here we go. There's one. Did you ever doubt Tim before, at the very beginning, before you entered his challenge? Yeah, like that's the. I feel like everyone is. Like everyone's been asking me, hey, is he legit? Like, but I'm like in it. Like I'm already in it. I think people just need to hear that, hey, he's legit. Like from someone that's in it. Like, I'm in it. Like I post about it. Like I'm in it, and I'm tagging him because I'm in it. Like I'm not like me. I'm not gonna like stay in something like that's not legit. Like if I know it's something, you know what I mean, and like I would leave, but I'm in it, so yes, I did, but I did doubt him, and that's why I understand, like, I get it, like, people are like, is this real? This is not real, like, it's so, like, it's so, especially if you're not in the world just yet, like, this is exactly how it was. I was just, like, when Alexi was looking at it, I said, no way, he made $1 million, like, from $12,000, come on. Like, you can't do that. And then like Tim Grattani, his story, his first millionaire student. Like Tim has like 7 or 8 or 9, even 9. I don't know how many new millionaire students within this last year since I started. He only had one. It was Tim Grattani. And then he had, I think, technically, yeah, Tim Grattani, and then I think Michael Good and who is it? I want to say Mark Crook. Though they were millionaire students, but it was like Tim Grattani was the top, and then like I think next came Roland Wolf and Huddy. I think they became millionaires, and then oh my god, that's a lot. And then he had Jack. I don't know if anybody else before Jack, but Jack got one at the end of 2020, and then his other students, Kyle Williams, Matt Monaco. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Matt Monica. Who else? Kyle Williams, not Bryce. Bryce. Lexo Nova. Bryce. No, not going live with anybody. Let's see.